try to say you ran away, you grown man. Anyway, went out, got you a new place, and they still found a way to hate. But you say fuck them anyway, but you still love them to their face. Damn. But this that shit that come with being you. They knew you was gon' blow in this shit before you even knew. So the best for them to do is to beat you down before you blow. Ayy, this that message to Head Rambo. Fuck 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 Head Rambo.
Yes, sir, it's Fuckhead Rambo. Good morning, all my combat sports fans. We have a lot to get through today, but I would like to get started quick. The song that was just played for y'all was RMT, Fuckhead Rambo. I am Head Rambo, the head honcho of this podcast, creator of RMT Media News, combat sports analyst, multiple accolades. I could really get into them, but you can just go on my website, www.bookme.io/RMT, to see all my accolades and to see my resume from there. But let's see, today I want to talk about WWE crown jewels. That's probably going to be the main subject with a lot of people, and how that maybe was one of the best fights in the past 20 years. And I'm 21 years old, so best fight of my life I think I ever seen. We'll come back to that. We got UFC 264. I mean, not UFC 264, UFC 64 that has just passed. A lot of KOs. Didn't expect to see a lot of KOs and submissions. First rounds too, like first 3 rounds. Compared to 280, I think that outperformed when it came to how would I put it? The knockout ratio and the finish aspect. We also have UFC 281 coming up, and I'll show y'all like what are the odds on there, picks and odds on there. Multiple things. We have multiple ways of things to talk about. UFC 281, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Israel Adesanya versus Alexander Pereira on the main card. Weili Zhang, Carla Esperanza, like another title fight. Literally 3 title fights on this card. Can't get better than this, man. At least 2, I think 2 or 3. I don't know. So we got those 3 topics. A little bit about myself at the middle of the video. Then we're gonna end it off with we have an interview with Goat Shed. Hopefully we could get up today. Shout out Goat Shed. Hopefully I get to talk with his manager and the fighter, Big Bucks, Jimmy Pace. I think that's his name. I gotta go on my notes. I have all the notes set up for it too. Not gonna be too long an interview, probably like 15-20 minutes, 20 minutes at the most. So shout out them. Hopefully we get that going, and then we'll end this off with a couple songs from me, a little bit of sponsors, free sponsors right now, just sponsoring myself, and yeah, man, send y'all off with some good music. So let's start with the first topic of the day. We have Crown Jewels 2022. Let me know, have y'all seen Crown Jewels 2022? I do have the video loaded up, so there will be a YouTube video out where I have the explanations and like picture examples. So let's start with the undercard, man, because it gets better and better as we rise. We had the Judgment Day wins over the OCs. So I guess they beat the Rey Mysterio band. I wasn't able to see all of that fight because it was glitching out for me, but I seen Rey Mysterio's son, Mario, or whatever his name is. He has great potential. He has enough potential to become, I would say, like, not a championship, but a very good heel. And that's what WWE needs, is a lot of heels. Because being the heel in WWE is hard, but once you accept it at an early age, you can see a lot of success later on when it comes to like winning belts, because there's very few heroes. Everybody want to be a hero these days. So shout out the OCs, but the Judgment Day won. Shocking fight. Braun Strowman defeats the Omos. You gotta tell me how to say it. Omos. I'm gonna say Omos because I want to get you mixed with the Usos. So the Omos, like, this man was 412 pounds. I think he thought just being 412 pounds was gonna be all the technique he needed, and like having a big show. But Braun Strowman shown him being the legend in this sport that no matter what you turn like the tide against him, he could win, like even as the underdog. So congratulations for Braun Strowman for showing that he does have that heavyweight championship mentality, even going against somebody like literally probably 4 to 5 inches taller than him, like longer than him, and he was losing, I would say, the first like 5 minutes. But the almost, hopefully you can learn how to win the crowd more if you can like learn to be on the crowd side more compared to like. But that's what happens when like you're fighting a legend. Like when you fighting a legend, you're automatically the heel, and you barely talk. So you barely talk, it kind of makes you like the person nobody likes. So if people understands the game, they're gonna expect you to lose. So like it wasn't unexpected, but it was a great fight for the Umos to promote himself on WWE. Shout out to Umos. Braun Strowman, fucking legend. Like Braun Strowman gotta go down. Like he needs to retire with a belt. Like, in my opinion, Braun Strowman, like you have been around for so long and been the biggest motherfucker fighting the biggest motherfuckers. Like I've seen you live. Like you are a legend. Keep it going. And if you retire right now, respect. Drew McIntyre defeat Karrion Kross in a steel cage match. Shocking results. I was definitely going for Drew McIntyre. I think he beat him in the WWE Saturday night live in Phoenix, Arizona. Steel cage match. Damn, I wish I could have seen more of it, but a lot of glitching. I didn't really get to see till like the last 2 fights, but we'll get there because those fights were bangers. The Usos defeat the Brawling Bros in an undisputed WWE Tag Team title match. Okay, I did see this fight. This fight was pretty much banger from beginning to end. The Brawling Brutes came with so many counters, came with so many like last second moves to like save their asses, but to end out be all, the Usos did show that they are the legends in this sport and championship material. So congratulations to the Usos. But the Brawling Brutes, man, I think y'all needed Sheamus to get that. If y'all had Sheamus, y'all would get that W if it was triple team. But y'all definitely, not right now, but in the next 2 years, y'all deserve a WWE tag team match again. Title match, at least, on pay-per-view. Damage Control defeat Asuka and Alexis Bliss. Congratulations, Damage Control. Women's tag team title holders. Y'all are, hey, congratulations. Can't say I was able to catch the whole fight, but for y'all to win y'all belts, respect to that. Hopefully y'all can retain it. Brock Lesnar defeat Bobby Lashley. I cannot lie, I was going for Bobby Lashley. It hurts. Even though I'm a UFC fan, like Bobby Lashley, I've been a WWE fan before, like this shit, so it hurts to see a legend go down, lose his belt, and then lose to Brock Lesnar. Like it's really the walls are against his back right now. And I hope he can find a way to bounce back. Brock Lesnar, hey, you gotta go take that belt from who has the belt right now? Seth Rollins? Yeah, he stole it from whoever the fuck. So I think Matt Riddle or something. Oh no, he stole it from Bobby Lashley. So you get that, and Bobby Lashley gets the rematch for the title fight. Easy, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would book, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all would book. I don't know what the fuck Bobby Lashley would do. Banger. Bianca Blaire defeats fucking Bailey Damage Control teammate. This was one of those fights, man. This was one of those fights where you had to be so strategic, so creative, so outside the box, so determined to be like one step ahead of your opponent to where it was like a chess match. Like you would think one thing will happen and then you'll be like, nah, if this happened, then she'll win. Like back and forth. Bailey was winning the most of it. I'm not even gonna lie. Bailey had the crowd. But Bianca, she showed that championship creativity. Like she showed that, like, I call it military game planning, where she had so many, like probably 6 to 10 ways to win, to the point Bailey probably only had 3. Like, and that is crazy for Crown Jewels to host something like that. Shout out Crown Jewels for being like, hey, let's damn it. Let's try to, how would I put it? Create something to where it keeps everybody interested, because I don't know, I feel like people was like turning away this fight, and it was a championship fight, a last woman standing match. Like, I never heard a type of fight like that since like ever. Like, Triple H is probably goated for like creating something like this to where women can show their true like creativity in the ring. Like, it wasn't even like she was jumping off ropes, but like the way she won was by locking Bailey inside of a inside of the ladder, like pushing the ladder under the ropes to where she couldn't get out from under the ropes. That is fucking amazing. And she literally had 10 seconds. Her feet were stuck. Everything was stuck. So like, man, if you say that shit was scripted, you're a dumbass. You're such a dumbass to the point you don't even need to watch this sport. Like, just give up on Crown Jewels. You're goofy. You're goofy and you're stupid. Like, that was like probably one out of like 15 to 20 game plans that she made. And she, like, granted, like, I feel like I could do that with like running like maybe 2 to 10 miles a day, or trying to get my like cardio up just to like keep up with the pace and getting slammed around a few times. Like, but for her to like have that like as a win, like, she should, like, she can retire with that right now. But like, she's probably just at the beginning of her career. So shout out Bailey, for like, you know, putting up a good fight, and shout out Bianca Blaire for winning and retaining her belt. Now we're gonna come back. We're gonna play some RMT music and get a couple sponsors out the way, and then we'll be back for the Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns fight.
And I'd love them bitches, put me to the back, you better keep your 10 on that. And just show them why they counted. Lost our homies in the strap, you better keep your seatbelt strap. Lost our homies in the field, so much I had to ride a bitch. Mama told me stay down, but I told her I won't quit. Yeah, I told her I'm legit, and I told her I'm the shit, cause I'm a champion. Roll one up for the soldiers who went over.
Yes, sir, and we're back. Let's just get a couple of these sponsors and shout outs out the way. You know what I'm saying? Make a couple of this rent money for the week. We have RMT Twins officially signing on. Y'all go ahead, subscribe to the RMT Twins. They're going to be doing a lot of gaming content in regards to, like, I would say Madden, UFC, like 4, stuff like that. Them are my, like, I wouldn't say family members, because, you know, I don't want y'all trying to look at my family history and shit, because them niggas gonna be loud and shit. But they're like hard working, like brothers of mine. Like, they really do this. But their personalities is one of a kind, and I feel like me creating them their separate YouTube channel to promote that shit, I could get them like started now. And so RMT Twins, y'all go ahead, hit that go to the description and make that subscription. You know, the vibes have to make the rhymes. Let's see what else. Shout out RMT Rundowns, man. RMT Rundown Podcast. Y'all are the first members of episode 2. Episode 1 dropped, I would say, last week. I think we got 13 views on that. Hopefully this one we get 26. We double that next week. Maybe drop 2 times a week, you feel me? Let's get that out the way. Shout out RMT Music Media. Drop that music, that YouTube channel, dropping today. Alright. Let me get some water in my system. Y'all hear the birds outside. We with the birds. You feel me? So we got Roman Reigns defeating Logan Paul in the undisputed WWE Universal title match. Where do I start? Like, I can honestly say, where do I start from this? Paul Heyman did not know what he signed up for. Roman Reigns did not know what he signed up for. The only person that understood that he could win that match that night was probably Triple H and Logan Paul. I've never seen somebody so athletic in my life to where when he literally did probably over 20 front flips and 10 back flips in the span of a 10-minute fight. This man tore his ACL, MCL, and his meniscus and during in the middle of the match, and he still was looking like he was winning. To literally go through all them like life-changing injuries for the first time, jumping off ropes. This was this man's second WWE match, and he was wrestling Roman Reigns. This is equivalent to back in the day, like Brock Lesnar wrestling, like not even, because Brock Lesnar's wrestling now. Big Show going against like Shawn Michaels. Like that is, and it was probably even better than that. This is one of the greatest WWE fights I've seen in the past 20 years. And I'm 21 years old. Logan Paul is the most athletic WWE fighter I ever seen. And if you haven't seen the fight, I recommend find a way to see it. Crown Jewels WWE 2022. Logan Paul and Jake Paul are the next generation of this sports stuff. Like, even though Roman Reigns won by using his signature spear, like, y'all have to take into effect that Logan Paul probably sustained the worst injuries of his life in the middle of that match. And I think Roman Reigns probably had the hardest fight of his life. Like, to compare, like, the life changes both of these people went through, and for Roman Reigns to be in his 40s and Logan Paul to be like, what, 27? I think it's about to be the passing of the torch. And it was supposed to be that night, but for some reason Roman Reigns had that legend gut in him to strangle out that whip. But I promise you, Roman Reigns probably has more injuries than Logan Paul. It's just him having that championship mentality. He won't post it because he goes through this. He's used to going through this, and he probably had more surgeries to fix it. Out of 10, if you rate that fight under a 7, you didn't watch it. Logan Paul literally took a fan's phone, got on top of the ring, like corners, recorded, "You ready to go viral?" And he jumped off and he landed on the goddamn table. I think that's when he tore his ACL and his meniscus. That shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. I got real emotional when that happened, because when injuries like that happen, you're going to be out of a sport for probably 2-3 years. Logan Paul just sustained probably like what KD just sustained that injury 2 years ago, and he just got back to himself last year. This man just had 3 of those in both of his legs, because he just jumped probably, I'll say, 16 feet in the air. That's equivalent to you getting on top of the stairs at your park. Get on top of the whole park and just jump on the fucking concrete. Fuck it. Logan Paul showed his warrior spirit. And I don't see him fighting for a non-title. Thank you, bro. Like, I don't see him fighting for a non-title, like, from now on. Every time he fights, he should fight for a title. But one thing I would say, you should fight safer. One thing he should do, he should fight a lot safer. Because, bro, Jake Paul, thank you for coming out and having your brother's back. But, man, you should, like, at least you knew you was going to do that. Like, he was getting trained by the likes of Shawn Michaels. If y'all don't know who Shawn Michaels is, go ahead and look up his highlights. Shawn Michaels is probably the top 3 WWE legends of all time. Shawn Michaels, man, that sweet chin music, man, was my favorite move. I watched him land it on Triple H. I watched him break a lot of people's hearts with that. Break a lot of teams with that. And Logan Paul was about to land it. It's like, man. Shout out Triple H. He is taking this sport to places it's never been before. And with him doing that, WWE is becoming a competitive nature. Shawn Michaels run WWE in, I think, NXT right now. Shawn Michaels runs the WWE NXT, and Triple H runs the whole WWE. So hear me out. If Shawn Michaels is bringing his talent in, and Triple H is the one that is promoting his talent, and Logan Paul is getting trained by both of them, where do you see this man in the next 5 years? Please tell me that. Put that in the comments. Where do you see Logan Paul in the next 5 years? Then where do you see him in the next 2 years when he get back from his injury? You see Roman Reigns retiring? Because Roman Reigns didn't look in shape. I mean, look at him right now. Look at these pictures, man. He's all these, like, no abs. All he, like, barely got any shoulder. All he got is tattoos right now, bro. No chest. This man didn't even train for this fight. He didn't take Logan Paul serious. He took this fight like a joke. And you don't sleep on the joke, man. You never miss out on the macho, man. You better understand. Logan Paul comes from a place where no man understands. The no man land where you can't even understand. Roman Reigns felt accustomed to that. And Roman Reigns felt the pain. I like my Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation. Logan Paul, you need a better costume. Not gonna lie, that yellow black on you, like, that don't even go with you, man. Like, I would say try to, like, dress like the robot or something. Use those colors, purple and black. Use the problem bot, man. Walk out with the problem bot. I don't know why he didn't come out with the problem bot. Pretty ridiculous. His come out was pretty corny. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, Logan, a lot of people thought your come out was, like, gonna, like, ruin the fight, but you, being the warrior and good wrestler you gave that fight pay-per-view points, my G. Like, you made that pay-per-view a pay-per-view. I didn't understand why would WWE be pay-per-view? Like, who would pay for that? This shows why. This is the reason why you pay for pay-per-view. Like, Logan Paul, Roman Reigns fight, best fight of the next, like, probably past 10 years, definitely past 10 years, maybe past 20 years. In the next 10 years, hopefully, we see even better. And, hey, shout out Triple H. So, I'm not going to get too deep into it because I'll be having to control, like, I got to learn how to, like, control these topics and, like, not get too deep into them. So, let me know in the comments, like, how did y'all feel about that fight if y'all watched it back.
Just better like and subscribe.